This motherboard looked completely dead after a BIOS update. No display, no post, no sign of life. And the owner was convinced that they had turned a perfectly good motherboard into a rather expensive paperweight. But almost 10 minutes later, it was working again. And that's because modern motherboards have a recovery feature that most people don't even know exists until they desperately need it. So, before you update your BIOS, there are 3 things that you need to know if you want to avoid this exact situation. So let's run through them. First things first, the biggest myth about BIOS updates is that they are inherently dangerous. They are not. The reality is that millions of BIOS updates happen every year without any issues. What causes problems isn't actually the update itself, it's the people downloading the wrong file, interrupting power, using the wrong update method, or skipping the motherboard manual completely. And that's why most BIOS horror stories are actually completely preventable. So, before we talk about updating, let's talk about the safest way that you can do it. If you ask experienced builders how they update BIOS firmware, most will give you the exact same answer: USB, not Windows, USB. Here is why. When you update through Windows, you've got drivers, services software, background tasks, and the operating system itself all running at the same time. And while modern manufacturer tools are much better than they used to be, it's still more complexity than you need. The safer approach is updating directly through the motherboard's built-in Flash utility. And here is how. Go to your motherboard's manufacturer's website, find your exact model, and I do mean exact. Different revisions of the same board can use different BIOS files. Download the latest BIOS, extract the zip file, format a USB drive to FAT32, copy the BIOSes directly to the root of the drive, restart, enter the BIOS, launch the built-in update utility. So MSI call it mFlash, Asus call it EasyFlash, Gigabyte call it QFlash. Select the file, confirm, and then do absolutely nothing. Don't switch it off, don't reset it, don't assume it's frozen because it's taking longer than you'd expected. Just let it finish. When done correctly, that is usually the entire process. Now, here is where things do actually go wrong, not because BIOS updates are dangerous, but because people make one of 4 mistakes. So, number 1, wrong BIOS file. This is probably the biggest one, especially with motherboards that have multiple revisions. Always verify the exact model. Number 2, power interruption. If power disappears halfway through a firmware flash, things can get ugly pretty quickly. If you're on a laptop, obviously plug it in. If you're in a desktop or using a desktop, don't start a BIOS update in the middle of an electrical storm. Number 3, skipping the changelog. Just because a BIOS exists doesn't mean you need it. Read what it actually does. And number 4, not reading the motherboard manual. I know nobody wants to do it, but RTFM, trust me on this one. The manual matters, and you'll see exactly why in a moment. Remember that motherboard or PC from the beginning of the video? Well, this is how it came back. BIOS Flashback. And honestly, this might be one of the best features ever added to motherboards. If your board supports it, you can update or recover the BIOS without CPU, without RAM, and in many cases without the system posting at all. If a BIOS update fails and the board appears dead, Flashback can often bring it back to life. The process does vary by manufacturer, but generally it looks a little like this. Download the BIOS, rename the file exactly as instructed by the motherboard manual, format the USB drive to FAT32. On some boards, you'll also need an MBR formatted drive rather than GPT. Put the file on the USB, insert it into the dedicated flashback port, press the flashback button, and wait. That is it. And this is exactly why I said the manual matters. Every manufacturer uses a slightly different file name and procedures. So don't guess, actually check. Now, here is a question that surprisingly few videos ask. Do you actually need a BIOS update at all? Because sometimes the answer to that question is no. If your PC is stable, you're not upgrading your CPU, you're not having compatibility issues, and the changelog doesn't contain anything that is relevant to you, then you can absolutely leave it alone. There's no prize out there for running the newest BIOS version. However, on the other hand, if you're installing a newer processor, you're having memory stability issues, or you're experiencing weird USB problems, or even building a fresh machine, then updating the BIOS can solve problems before they even appear. The key is updating for a reason, not just because a newer version exists. Now, some of you will be wondering about manufacturer software, and yes, MSI even, Center, Armory Crate, Gigabyte Control Center, they can all update BIOS firmware from inside Windows itself, and to be fair, they often work perfectly well. For many users, they're absolutely fine, but if you're asking me which method I would trust on my own machine, I'm still picking the USB method every single time. Less software involved, less chance of something unexpected happening during that update. So here's the bottom line. BIOS updates aren't nearly as dangerous as the internet makes them sound, but they definitely do deserve a bit of respect. Use the correct BIOS file, read the changelog, follow the motherboard manual, and wherever possible, use the motherboard's built-in USB flash utility if your board supports BIOS Flashback. Learn how it works before you need it, because that one feature can turn what looked like a complete disaster into a 5 to 10 minute fix. But now I am actually a little bit curious. Have you ever had a BIOS update go wrong, or have you been putting off one because you were worried about bricking your entire system? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, if this helped, leave a like, subscribe, take care, and I will see you on the next build.